Today, the Biden administration sent a letter to emergency room doctors across the nation informing them that they must perform emergency abortions when necessary to save a pregnant woman's health, whatever exactly that means. But in the letter, Health and Human Service Secretary Becerra, along with the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services Director Chiquita Brooks-LaSure, reminded hospitals of their legal duty to offer stabilizing treatment, which could include abortions. Well, this letter was in reaction to, and I think this is important for the overall context, but it's a reaction to the Supreme Court's decision last month regarding Idaho's abortion law. Well, here to react to all of this is Meg Kilgannon. She's a senior fellow for education studies at the Family Research Council. Meg, welcome back to Washington Watch, and thank you for bringing us up to speed on this breaking news.
Thanks for having me, Jody.
All right, well, let's start with your overall reaction. Is this another sign of the Biden administration pushing its unholy trinity of abortion, LGBT, and climate? What's going on here?
Yeah, I as a Catholic, I am once again astounded and yet also not surprised that the Biden administration, Catholic President Joe Biden, and Catholic HHS Secretary Becerra are going to use every tool in the toolbox, whether it's legal or not, to push an abortion agenda. So this letter that's been released, that is so new, we don't even have a copy of it yet, is designed to bully and threaten hospitals across the country, and many of them are Catholic hospitals, to bully and threaten them into performing abortions in cases where a woman comes to the emergency room after having taken an abortion pill and she is hemorrhaging and she is just in a medical state that is dire. They want to make sure that that woman is treated, and of course we all want to make sure that woman is treated, but they want to make sure that she's treated by giving her an abortion. And so this is a prime example of how the Democrat Party and the Democrat leaders, whether they're Catholic or not, use every power they have to make sure the abortion agenda is advanced in this country.
Yeah, it's just unbelievable. Their obsession with killing babies is mind-boggling. You mentioned how many Catholic hospitals could be impacted by this, and it is true. I think 4 of the 10 largest U.S. hospital chains by number, at least by number of beds, we're talking Catholic hospitals. Right. So let me ask you, are these hospitals and perhaps other faith-based hospitals going to be forced to violate their religious beliefs under this? Could some of them perhaps even be forced to close because they refuse to violate their deeply held religious convictions?
Well, I'm sure that is, an unfortunate consequence that's possible under this scenario, because the Biden administration is using the threat of withholding Medicare and Medicaid funds from these institutions if they think that those hospitals are not performing these abortions. So this is just like when the Obama administration issued the Dear Colleague letter to schools about Title IX and letting boys in the girls' bathrooms and locker rooms because they were going to support transgender students. This is the exact same kind of tactic. They are trying to make a rule here without making a rule. They're trying to exert an authority that isn't quite clear, and they are willing to say whatever they have to say so that they can tell the American voter that they are for abortion all the time.
Well, it's stunning. And I've got to say this. This is yet another example of the reality. This is not pretense. This is reality, that the Democrats will do whatever they can to continue pushing their abortion agenda forward. And it is for that reason that we must continue standing for life. And even as the GOP platform is coming underway, this is a time that we've got to keep life in the platform of the GOP. It's a critical issue, and we need to understand this is a federal issue, not just something that belongs to the states. It's a both and scenario politically, and certainly one from the platform perspective we need to keep on the forefront. Thank you so much, Meg Kilgannon, FRC's Senior Fellow for Educational Studies. We appreciate you keeping us informed on this breaking news and appreciate so much all that you do.
Thank you.